Hi, today I wanted to talk a little bit about portion control and also about self-control, really. Since the start of my journey, I've done 4 different plans. I've done Slimming World, and I did that for 8 months. I then switched over to Weight Watchers SP, the old SP system. Then when it changed to Flex, I changed to Flex, and I did that for about 5 months till I got to goal in the April, and then carried on with that until August time when I decided to switch to the Weight Watchers no count plan. Unfortunately, they stopped doing that in September, but I do have all the information, and also there's a website called Loving No Count, which is run by Helen, and that's got all the information on there about what no count's about. So basically, there are certain foods that are free, but you eat until you're satisfied. So doing Weight Watchers taught me a lot about portion control, whereas when I was doing Slimming World, I did lose a lot of weight, but it didn't teach me anything at all about portion control. So when I first started on Slimming World, my portions were the same size as they were when I was at my biggest. So a portion of rice was still that. So that's 164 grams of rice. So obviously when I switched over to Weight Watchers and I weighed out 60 grams of rice, and it was that, I was quite shocked. The same goes for potatoes. Before and even when I did Slimming World, I would have 2 jacket potatoes. They're quite small, they're 500 grams. I would have bigger than that. So now I'm quite happy to have those, which is 140 grams. All of this is free on no count except for the rice, but I just use brown rice. I've got none in at the moment. So portion of pasta. Pasta was my big thing. I absolutely love pasta. I'd have a massive bowl of pasta with loads of mayonnaise, cheese. I'd have 4 pork chops. Even when I was doing Slimming World, I'd still have 4 pork chops, just cut the fat off, and I'd have a load of cheese on the top. So that's how much pasta I used to have. That's 214 grams of pasta, which is obviously a huge amount of pasta. So when I switched to Weight Watchers, and I can quite happily now have 50 grams of pasta. I'm perfectly happy to have that. It fills me up and I'm fine. So, but if you still served me a big bowl of pasta, I'd still eat the lot, just because that's the way I am sometimes. Another big thing for me is cheese. I would happily have about 300 grams of cheese, and quite happily just keep grating until it was all melty. But now I'm quite happy to have 20 grams of cheese, and I use a small grater so that it looks more than there is. I use mature cheddar, but I'm quite happy with that. Another thing that I used to have a lot of is Diet Coke. I could quite happily drink 2 or 3 bottles a day, and I could still do that. If I have a bottle, I will drink the lot. So I've gone to cans, so I will have 1 or 2 cans a day. I even had to cut my water consumption down at one point because I was drinking so much water while I was on my journey. I will only have 3 of these now. I'll occasionally have another one if I've done a lot of exercise, but I will stick to 3 of these. I'll also have a couple of cups of tea and some coffee. I also have a thing for protein bars. All of these come in around between 6 and 9 points. So, but I'm quite happy to have that, whereas if I have a normal huge bar of chocolate, I will literally eat the lot. I have a thing for crisps as well. I'm a bit of a snacker, so all of these are between sort of 2, 3 and 4 points each. I have various chocolate bars in the house, Kit Kats, Penguins, things like that. Because they're individually wrapped, I'm absolutely fine, and I do have self-control. So they're about 5, 6 points each. And I also have things like this in which I get from Home Bargains, so they're 3 points each. So, but I'm perfectly happy to have those, and I'm absolutely fine. So obviously my portion sizes have decreased a lot. With no count, you eat until you're satisfied, but what I found is that I now only eat when I'm hungry, so I don't tend to have breakfast. I'll have a milky coffee unless I do feel hungry or I'm doing some activity later on. I will have lunch, I'll have yogurt and fruit, I'll have things like that during the day, but my portions have decreased an awful lot. If I do have crumpets, which are free on No Cat, I will just have one crumpet, and then if I'm still hungry, after about 15 minutes, I'll have another one. Whereas if I do 2 or 3 crumpets, I will just eat them because they're on my plate. So obviously, it's the change in mindset helps a lot. So instead of serving myself what I think I need, I serve myself a lot less and then give myself time afterwards to see if it's satisfied my cravings. And if it has, I won't have any more, and if it hasn't, I will. So I hope that helps somebody. Thank you. Bye.